Welcome to Xtra presented by VDG Sports. I'm your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter. Very censored. I want to keep this a little bit focused, but there's just so much. There's so many shiny objects. I don't know which one to reach for. How about this? How about this? I'll just go for what I know, and that's going with the flow. And I'll just talk about, and I'll just bring up, and I'll just highlight the fact that I had a plan, and it always go according to plan inside your head, inside your mind. But then when the universe steps in, it's like getting punched in the face. You're just gonna have to adapt. Noobs, thank you for giving me an opportunity. Thank you for giving me a chance. Hopefully you're still here. If not, it's okay. It is okay. That's all I ever want, and that's all I ever asked for was an opportunity and a chance. Whether you think it's 1 second I deserve, or whether you become a reg and say, I can rock with this, I can roll with this. This is my cup of tea, and I understand everything 99.9% of the time. Anyway, thank you. Regs, we back at it again. Regs, we do what we do. Regs, this feels like every single day. It feels like every single day, but it's not every single day. Why? I don't know. But we have this special, see, I changed it up on you. We have this special, unique bond. Yes, we do. Guess what? We still don't know what to call it. Guess what? We don't care. Guess what? It is all to the G. It's all to the G. But one insert time frame, someone we will know what to call it. We will say in retrospect, this is what it was, this is what it is, and this is what it always will be. Someone from the future just have to let us know in the present so we can rewrite the past. But until then, it's special, it's unique, it is. Sharing is caring. However, you shouldn't share everything. Sharing is definitely caring, but you shouldn't share everything. And I'm not talking about caring the person. I'm talking about caring. Yeah, you shouldn't share everything. Okay. I had a plan. I wanted to do something. I wanted to share my joy. I wanted to come and just lay out everything positive, talk about I am no longer in discovery mode. Discovery mode is going to cease to exist for the present moment. I am in singing my tunes mode. I am in a whole different I'm in a whole different part now. And that's why I just wanted to say that to find the joy, the discovery, that's taking a back seat now. That is taking a back seat. The plan is out the window. The plan is gone. It and I just have to blame this on my spirit animal. If you know, you know. And if you don't, I suggest you go back and review the historical documents. I'll try to give you the Vince's notes on this, but my spirit animal passed away a couple years ago, and I've been without my spirit animal. I just been roaming these streets by my lonesome, roaming these streets without a proper guide, without a proper mentor, without a proper direction. And so I just been in chill mode. I just been chilling out. I just been going along to get along. I just been peaceful, to say the least. I have been just worrying and focusing on the things that keep me up at night and just becoming a better version of myself. But within that time frame of me losing my spirit animal, my guide, my mentor, and a couple of years before, my spirit animal was showing signs of weakness and showing signs that he ain't gonna make it. I just been up the creek without a paddle. I just been up the creek without a paddle, just focusing, head down, putting the work in, doing what I need to do. That's good. That was great. That was something that needed to be done at that time because I did not have my North Star. And I would have just been all over the place. I would have just been all over the map. I just would have been going different directions and going places where I shouldn't have been going, doing what I shouldn't have been doing. And I'm not talking about like exact places. I'm talking metaphorically speaking, trying to cover a large I'm trying to cover a large area here, so stay with me. Stay with me. But that wasn't the case. I just kept my head down, just working on a better version of me, taking L's here and there, having to charge stuff to the game, doing this, doing that, while I'm still me and I'm still growing personally, which is the ultimate goal. Is to grow personally, is to push myself past limits and to be a better version of myself. That's the goal. That's the plan. That is what I really and truly want to do. And it's something, yeah, it's something that puts a smile on my face and it's something that definitely brings me joy. But there was a part of that was just missing. I can do all of that and I can be that, but there's just a certain aspect that was missing. And it wasn't until recently when I realized what was missing. Me growing personally, me pushing past some limits, not all, but pushing past some limits and stepping out of my comfort zone on some things. There was just a fire that just burned out. And I'm not saying that I burned out because I usually, you know when to say when and build in breaks or just take breaks so I don't burn out. That's that isn't it. The flame, the thing that make me me. So while I was growing personally, while I was doing what I need to do and checking off goals and checking off accomplishments and all of that stuff, it was just something that was missing. It was something that was missing. Once again, my spirit animal, yeah, he was gone. He was in the process of leaving and going like 5, 6 years. So I knew that, and that was just something that was on my mind, something that was keeping me up, something that I was preparing for, but I still wasn't ready for when it happened. And when it happened, a part of me died. A part of me went away. And it wasn't until recently, it wasn't until recently, a few weeks, almost a month ago, when someone mentioned, it was like, you calm. You're you more relaxed than I am. And that's when it hit me. That's when I first realized that something was wrong. That's when I first realized that there's something that's missing from me. And I'm not saying that I am angry hippo man. I'm not saying that I'm always on fire, man. I'm not saying that I just want to be the bad guy all the time, man. I'm just saying that I ain't never have a problem with being the bad guy. I ain't never had a problem with being the villain. Most of the time, from the outside looking in, people thought I was the bad guy. People thought I was the villain. It wasn't until they got to know me, it wasn't until we had conversations and talk and they realized that I'm not the bad guy. There's just certain standards, there's just certain ways, there's just certain things that must happen. And if they don't happen, I am letting you know. I am saying it how it is. Calculated, by the way. It's all calculated. It's not just shooting a flamethrower in any direction and just spraying all over the place. No, this is shooting the flamethrower with perfect precision. Perfect precision. But it wasn't until having a conversation with that person, they was like, wow, this is different. And then that's when it hit me. And that's when I realized I was like, whoa, that is absolutely right. But I still didn't do anything about it. I was just aware. My awareness game was strictly focused on that. And I was just trying to figure out what's next. And even knowing that bit of information that I have grown personally, I am reaching goals, checking off the list, accomplishment, being comfortable with uncomfortable in a lot of areas, doing what I need to do, far as being the human, the good, great human, and a good person as well. But there's something about me that's been lost. There's something about me that used to be there that's not there anymore. And then recently, that's when recently somebody that I look up to, somebody that I deem worthy, somebody that when they speak, I listen. When they say stuff, I take it to heart. When they say things, I analyze, dissect, and then incorporate it into me. And that's what and that's when the light bulb came on. That's when it all made sense. And that's when I realized the path that I have to go. That's when I realize what I need to do. And that's when I realize that it's going to happen. And that's when I realize that I've grown personally so much that I'm almost a completely new person. And that ain't good. That ain't cool. I can't forget my roots. I can't forget where I come from. I can't forget what makes me me. I can tailor the growth around what makes me me. I can adjust certain aspects and still grow and still get goals accomplished and still push myself past certain limits. But the fire that burns and what drives me, that I can't put out. Once I put that out, I am no longer me. Once I put that out, once that flame is gone, once that aggression is gone, I'm just another carbon copy of someone who wants to be XYZ, accomplish XYZ, and it just becomes putting in input, getting out output, input, output, input, output. It's good. It works. It's a science. It's a formula, but it ain't. It's not. It's not real life. It's not reality. It's not something that makes you feel a certain way, even though there are times that I definitely felt a certain way, but it's different. It is different. And all I just have to say is, I choose violence. I choose violence. And it's not like I'm going around beating up people. It's not like I'm going around hurting people, anything like that. I choose the thing inside of me that used to burn bright, that used to be there. That is is something where I came from. That is something that made me me. Calculated, sure. Spraying all over the place, no way. Disrespectful, not really. Not really. In other words, I've been a little bit too nice. I've been turning my cheek to get it smacked one way, only to get it smacked the other way. I've been going out of my way with customer service representatives. I've been going out of my way with a lot of people just to show that I've grown personally. And while I have been getting taken advantage of just a little bit, because when you bend over backwards, you break your back. You break your back. I don't have to make that make sense. I just leave that to your interpretation. I'll just leave that up into your interpretation. The thing is, you have to break a few eggs to make an omelet. You can't make an omelet without breaking eggs unless you're making an omelet with no eggs at all and you have substituted the eggs. And by me personally growing and doing all this stuff, the eggs have been substituted. But I think it's time to actually make omelets with real eggs. So I'm just going to have to go ahead and apologize for the future things that I'm going to do and say. It won't be harmful, it won't be hurtful, but it's definitely going to be authentic, true, and real. Not saying that it hasn't been. It's just been muted. It's just been muffled. It's just been how can I put this? The inner monologue. The inner monologue is about to be an outer diatribe. Yeah, that's a word you might want to look up. And I'm not talking to the people that's in the back. I'm talking to the people in the front who I'm directly looking at. We know, you know, I know. See? And this is where I didn't want to go, but I went there. There's some more shiny objects I need to reach at, address, but I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to make any promises. I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to make any promises with me saying rain check because I don't write checks that I can't cash. That's always been the case. That's always been the case. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Be sure to check out the new and improved website at extravdgsports.com. That is extravdgsports.com. There's a YouTube as well. We are growing. We are growing. And that's extra VDG, XTRA VDG. Like, subscribe, share. We are growing. We are growing. Comment if you must, comment if you may, but know this. We are growing. We are growing. Thank you, Colin. Thank you, Colin. Noob and noobs, don't be frightened. Don't be scared because I'm still the same. Go back and review some of the historical documents. You will see. You might notice well, you'll definitely know the point when my spirit animal passed away. That was very tough and very hard for me. But here we are now. The fire's back and it is burning bright. But thank you for giving me an opportunity. Thank you for giving me a chance. Hopefully you give me another one. Hopefully you give me some more. And hopefully you become a reg. If not, it's cool. But it's not cool. You should. Hey, can't win them all. Regs, I'm just going to say, I feel your pain, but I'm not going to waddle in it. So I'm just going to say, I'm out.